kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Nittany Lions offense takes the field. And, David, this offense is built around keeping it on the ground and feeding the beast at running back.
Yeah, and he is a grown ace man. That dude, it starts and ends with him. Jesse, how nice is it to have a running back that you can turn, hand the ball to? He's going to get positive chunks. Defenses fear him. That's a really nice place to start on offense.
And it doesn't matter how many guys they have in the box, right? Every single week, the defense is key on stopping this guy, and none of them can do it.
Catch inside the 30 and still running. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Catch in the middle, it's Dinkins. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Back to throw, it's Allard. Makes the catch.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. And that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot. Not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. But, Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
This is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. Two guys we know are going to play at the next level, but I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
And they can't make the connection on third down. They bring the punter onto the field now. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Singleton. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Looking for a man. It's Allard. Soft spot in the middle. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. This time they'll go to the running game. Past the first down marker and still running. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Caught behind the line. It's Hudson. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Incomplete. He threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back. You know they'd love to convert this third down after missing a field goal on the last drive. From the gun, wants to pass. The sure hands, it's Pena. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Gives it on the option. the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking for room. It's Martin. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Big third down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. And they'll miss the connection here on third down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Nestled just inside that right upright. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Coming out with it, it's Tomlinson. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. They'll run it from the gun. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Dropping back, it's Hall. It's complete to the left. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick step and go. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. That penalty cost them a 3rd down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. Looking for a crease to the left. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. And here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Now on the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Fires to the big fella. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Nice move to keep running. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Just going to keep it after the snap. Turning it on.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
Lets it go. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State!
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw. It's Hall. Breaks the tackle. Tried to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. And now to try to put things in motion on 2nd and long from the 15. Trying to set up the screen. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. This offense looking at a 3rd down after that last completion. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll take the deep shot. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Hunt is on its way. Here's the return. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Unloads it left. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. The Nittany Lions come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. The Nittany Lions want to pick up the tempo.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Trying to run the screen, and it was almost picked off. It'll be 2nd down. He's got it on the right.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions, and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Dropping back, it's Hall. And that will fall incomplete, and we have played one. Boy, they tried to end the first quarter on a high note to no avail. Second quarter's coming. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Using the quick game. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. Handoff from the gun. Makes a man miss. Picks up the first down, still moving. There he goes. He's at the... Keep it on the ground, and he's in for the touchdown.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. He can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown run.
To attempt the try. And with the extra point, they close to within 10, down 17-7. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. To the air, it's Allard. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Pena. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Out of the gun, the inside give. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Singleton. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Working the middle, it's complete. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Motion from the wideout. Completes the shuffle pass. Hard running there. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Snagged in the middle. It's Hudson. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. He leaves it with his back. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. And the Nittany Lions line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Pulls and throws off the RPO.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. Looking to pass. It's Allard. Throws for the tight end. Makes the grab. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He'll slide and avoid the big hit. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. He got it, and they'll push that lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, who knows how things are going to finish up in the Big Ten this season, but this is a game to keep in mind. Purdue delivered the knockout blow early in this one, en route to the type of win that can turn some heads there in the Big Ten. Trust me when I say the party is on in West Lafayette. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a Big Ten matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. They'll try to pop the draw. Fighting off the defender. Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5. With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32.
Really nice run there, picking up the 1st down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again.
They'll ride the hot hand. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Finds a spot in the middle. They got him at the 42, but he got 5 yards on the play.
When you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get 1st downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
And it took the defense a bit to get a handle on him, a little slippery with all those juke moves. To the air, it's Hall. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Pulls and fires complete. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quickly complete. He goes out of bounds after picking up a few at the 35-yard line. No huddle here for the offense. Gets the back moving. To the air on second down. Oh, they're after him. Got his man out of the backfield. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Brings up third down.
They go to the draw. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. From the 30-yard line on first down.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long. And here on third down, they're handing it off to him anyway because they don't think you can stop it. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Bounds into the end zone for a touchdown.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Takes the handoff. It's Singleton. Got enough for the first down. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Back to throw, it's Allard. Blasted as he lets it go. Finds space on the right. Oh, he's got some space. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. Offense set on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his man, it's Singleton. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. The run from the shotgun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. He's got it on the run. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. The Nittany Lions trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Trying to find the end zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Penn State.
Number 5 with the grab and the score.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the point after is good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Back to pass, it's Hall. Looking down the middle. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. This time he's got his man. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. Gonna look downfield again. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. To the air on first down. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. They're dealing with a second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He's got him this time. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. From the red zone, looking for a space. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? What a costly mistake and big call. They could have been right back in this thing, and now they'll have to try it again. Dumps it off in the flats. Plows through the defense. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Get it out on the screen. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. It'll be third and long. Back to pass. It's Hall. Looking for the score. And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone. And they decide to trot out the kicker. Absolutely center cut. That gets them back to within 10.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This late in the half, here's the question, how aggressive will the play calling be? From the gun, the ground game. Got enough for the first. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Pasadena. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. 2 workhorse running backs who just kept pounding the rock behind offensive lines who look less like college kids and more like bulldozers. Call it ground and pound, call it pin and pummel. Both sides have been dominant, and I'm curious to see if either defense can make an adjustment. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in college football heaven, the Rose Bowl.
The Nittany Lions will line up to kick off and start the second half. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They'll open the second half with a run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. What can they pull out of the playbook here on second and long from the 17? To throw, it's Hall. Fakes to grab. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Got his man down the middle. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. His offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The play action fake. That's caught. It's Chambers. Ripping through the defense. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move. They'll leave it with him. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. Offense lining up quickly.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving.
There he goes. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. New set of downs after the completion.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Gets it out fast. And they pick up just a few on that completion. This offense doing business in the red zone. Off play action. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd down from their own 20. Back to throw, it's Hall. Oh, he makes the catch. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Now on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down at this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. Baylor is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Robert Griffin III, and they are right back in this. They're trailing by 10 to Kansas State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Back to pass on 2nd down. Looking to the big tight end. Grabbed over the middle. It's Dinkins. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. Looking for room. It's Singleton. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Allard. Takes the easy completion. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Hudson. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. The Nittany Lions are rolling down the field. Goes to the option. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Got a little work done on 1st down. Now back to the line. Keeps it on the bootleg. Throws to the tight end. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle. The Nittany Lions really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Grab behind the line. It's Hudson. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short. Trying to keep the drive alive. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. And the Nittany Lions kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Might as well give it to him again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Caught over the middle. It's Pena. Not just hard-nosed running, that's cement-nosed running as he gets it to the 25. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Trying to do it on the ground. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. That's the mindset of this entire offense. They're not going to let you off the hook just because it's 4th and 1.
And that running back, he wanted the ball, too. You could see there right after the third down play, looking at his sideline, saying, give me the ball. I want to go get this. I'm going to make a play for my team. And he comes through big time.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Scanning the field, it's Howard. Gets it to the back. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Setting up the screen. Nice move there. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. The Nittany Lions had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Fires to the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Wants to throw again. Got it behind the line. It's Singleton. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
Well, how about if you're the defense right now? You've been on the field, you've given them a lot of yards on this drive, but if they go for this here on 4th down and you come up with one more stop, that is a huge play, and that's got to give you some confidence.
And that's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They got to do their job.
They'll run it from the gun. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Now the play fake. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Bringing the heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And the defense finally gets home. They get their first sack of the day. This is a defense, they can pressure the quarterback. This is not normal. Last week they had 5 sacks, so you're used to this defense getting after quarterbacks.
The punt team makes its way onto the field. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield, it's Howard. Quickly complete.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They'll run play action. Fires to the middle. Pulls it in. It's Hudson. And they'll move the chains with the first down, but that might be it for the third quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. The scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. On the move, it's Singleton. Breaks into the open. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The Nittany Lions with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Here's the handoff. Down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got it! He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Nittany Lions are threatening on first and goal. They'll try to run it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. Snags it quickly on the left. Turning it on! They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Fires to the tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Here comes the offense on second down. Looking downfield, it's Hall. Got the back over the middle. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The inside handoff. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Safe completion on the screen. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Lining up to add another. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Oklahoma rolled to a victory, and after putting up this kind of win, there has to be some Heisman buzz around a program that produced 4 winners of the award between 2003 and 2018. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. To the air, it's Allen. Caught in the backfield, it's Reynolds. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. That's caught. It's Chambers. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Got it in the middle, it's Chambers. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They'll try to pick up a few here on 3rd down, but from here it would be a 60-yard attempt. He'll off one deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. So they couldn't get it done on 3rd down. Now they'll line up in punt formation. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. Got a man, it's Dinkins. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Out of the gun to give to the back. Jukes his way for more. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down. To the ground, he's got it again. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Dropping back, it's Aller. Hauls it in. At the 35, he's open. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
How about this offense, man? You gotta love it. Late in the 4th quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the 1st down, a few more 1st downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State!
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish it off with a 21-yard touchdown run. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Now this offense is back on the field. Looking downfield on first down. Quick completion on the out. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
Brings up second down.
Catch in the middle, it's Chambers. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down.
First down for the offense.
Off the RPO, complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
And his offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
He wants to throw it again. Caught. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is
A shot toward the end zone. The grab and go as he takes it in for the touchdown.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field, throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Ivy. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now on 2nd down. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. The defense calls a timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. To the air, it's Allard. Caught near the sticks, it's Singleton. Oh, he's got some space. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Singleton. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, they'll run it. This time stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and they're probably saying, finally, what a night he's had. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires deep toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Nittany Lions line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Let's see what he can do with it. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Going right to work up top. Right down the middle. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. A deep throw as the clock winds down. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking to throw on first down. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking for a man. It's Hall. A little screen to the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all. Play. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. He spins that thing down the middle. Fires into traffic, picked off. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
That might be the nail in the coffin, fellas. This offense, they're trying to get back in the game. You're having to be aggressive. You're now going to have to start taking chances. An errant throw ends up in the hands of the defense, and I think that's all she wrote.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. Well, after back-to-back losses, this team is really teetering on the edge of disaster.
They got to try to hold on to the positives, as hard as that is to do right now, having lost a couple back-to-back, because this team has good players, and they've got good schemes on both sides of the ball. Just things have not gone their way. They just need to make a few more plays to turn this thing around.
Yeah, and they can do it, and they will do it. Listen, you got to get the players right. You got to get those guys in there believing. This is part of what happens. You got to take a few lumps sometimes, take those losses. But this team's going to figure it out. You can tell they got the right stuff.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.